Robbie, perfect timing as always. The introduction of the top seed, the world #1, and of course, he's won this tournament many times previously, Novak Djokovic. Hasn't competed since losing in the final to Andy Murray, Wimbledon. And of course that disappointing semi-final loss to Nadal at the French Open, which perhaps hurt even more in many respects. That's the one Grand Slam title he would dearly love to get his hands on. That would give him the full set. It's always nice to have a full set, isn't it? Jason Goodall alongside Robbie Koenig for the start of this one. And so nice on the second day of these Masters Series 1000s to see the introduction of the big boys. Maia was in action yesterday. Played relatively well. I mean, not great, but got the job done. But he'll need to elevate his base level of play this evening, surely, to stand a chance of beating Djokovic, who's played some really good tennis down the years here in Canada.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle. Good evening, Elizabeth. How are you? Good. After the toss, we're going to make a picture just behind there, okay? So, gentlemen, we have a net machine, okay? One reminder, 25 seconds between points, okay? Any questions? No? Heads, tails? Heads. Maintenant. Oups! Hop, là, on recommence. Try again. Tu me la ramènes, s'il te plaît?
Yeah, I think it was a foul.
Second try.
Coin toss right there.
What happened? Where'd it go?
He's trying to catch it.
Oh, interference on the play.
Oh, she's trying again to get it going the way of Djokovic.
Yes.
Serve.
That's not allowed, surely.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not on.
Just
is
there.
it?
On
Come on.
I think Damon's got to pull out the red card there.
Thank you.
I'll be getting my lawyer involved there, because there was nothing neutral about that coin toss. 8th time lucky. She gives him a hug for good measure.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
And
Merci les jeunes.
Djokovic
Merci.
off to a flyer.
She's got to be from Serbia. That was funny.
Zachary Thibault et Saina Sargini s'entraînent au club de tennis Ceinture Plus.
Never easy for players playing their first match after a long period of rest and recuperation, practice. So, you know, if ever there's an opportunity to get the better of somebody like Djokovic, surely this evening for Florian Maia, this is it. So the first match of the week for the top seed and the current world #1 up against Germany's Florian Maia. He's a veteran at 29 years of age, 3 years older than Djokovic, and he's played some good ball down the years as well, so Djokovic will respect his talent. Yesterday beat Bernie Tomic, another talented youngster. 3 sets, 5-7, 6-3, 6-3. They're in the same section of the draw as Philippe Pelliwood, former Wimbledon champion from Canada, one of the 5 that's made it through to the second round. That's a good effort. And Dennis Istomin as well, winning yesterday against Janko Tipsarevic.
Yeah, just to qualify what Jason said, junior Wimbledon champion. So Philip Pelliwood.
Don't want to get those two mixed up. But he'll be telling everyone he's Wimbledon champion.
Yeah.
Played some good ball as well, hits the ball nicely. Some good racket head speed, good mover, but not the tallest of individuals, so it'll be interesting to see how well he fares in the seniors. It's a lovely evening for tennis. It has been all day, really. Obviously not as warm as it was earlier, but no breeze for the players to have to worry about, so always nice, I think, getting on pretty much on time as well, which is always good. Djokovic at 26, similar to Murray, of course, in their prime now, no question about that. What's your opinion, Robbie, on those 2 losses that he suffered in the final of Wimbledon and the semi-finals of the French Open? Which do you think hurt him most and why?
Well, I think probably the one at the French Open, because he said at the start of the year it was a priority for him to win the French, and he put a lot of effort into it. Of course, he's got a Wimbledon, but it's...
And he had chances in the French, didn't he? Big time.
Yes, of course he did. Yeah, 9-7 in the 5th, he ended up losing that one. So that would have stung. As you mentioned in the opener, when you don't have it, you certainly want it a little bit more. And that's not to say that Wimbledon isn't important. He'd love to have as many Wimbledons as he could get. But I almost sensed that in that final, he didn't mind if Murray beats him. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. For me, he did not compete as well as I've seen him compete in the past in big matches, and there was just something about his attitude, maybe a lack of belief, maybe he was a little tired after the semi-final. Something wasn't quite right. It wasn't Djokovic at his very best, at his most competitive, for me, in my eyes.
Yeah, and I had that same sort of feeling. I think a lot of it did have to do with a little bit of fatigue from that semi-final. The quality of the tennis against Del Potro was right out of the top drawer.
Yeah, it was a long one, wasn't it? Longest ever semi-final. It was almost 5 hours, there or thereabouts. So, won't be any of that this evening against Florian Mayer. But he's a talented individual. You never quite know what to expect from one point to the next. He hasn't had the best of seasons so far. That's been the problem, trying to sort of build up some confidence. Semi-finalist in Bucharest, lost to Garcia Lopez there. He's played a lot on clay. Quarter-finalist in Munich, lost to Haas there. Then popped on the grass in Halle, lost to Gasquet there in the quarter-finals. And then I saw him play in Hamburg and fall to Federer in the quarter-finals there. So he likes playing in Germany, and down the years he's supported tennis there very well. But perhaps a lack of firepower has stopped him breaking into the top 20 for any length of time. The highest ranking is 18, so that's a good effort. Currently ranked 50. And never easy for players that are getting towards 30 if they start struggling to put good runs together of decent matches. But he's had an excellent career. I've seen him play some good ball on a lot of different surfaces as well. He can certainly play well on a hard court. But we were talking earlier, yesterday, many of the matches, how difficult it is to get a positive win-loss record at this level. And Myers is negative, former 18 in the world, remember, 37 wins, 44 losses. So that just shows you how tough these tournaments are.
Yeah, cusp of the top 20 will probably give you about a 50-50 record.
So that's why when you look at the numbers of the big boys, the guys that have done so well at this level, it really is phenomenal, their consistency when they're up against the best in the world, day in, day out. Djokovic has won all 4 their previous meetings. The last was at Wimbledon, first round. Djokovic winning that one 3-5 and 4. Wasn't a bad match. They first met in Dubai 2011. Djokovic winning in straight sets. They met again at Wimbledon the following season and in Beijing in 2012, and again straight set wins for Djokovic. So it's been a struggle for Mayer, not only to get a win but to actually win a single set. Is there a bad matchup here, Robbie, or is it just a case of Djokovic being better?
Yeah, Djokovic is just better, Jason. Does everything better than what his opponent does. I guess the only thing I'd probably say is that Florian is probably a little better in the forecourt. Volleys better, anticipates his way around the net a little better, but it's not meaningful enough really to have an outcome, any bearing on the outcome of this match.
He's got a new book out, hasn't he, Djokovic? Serve to Win. Talking about the changes to his diet is something you'll be looking closely at, Robbie?
Oh, will be. Of course, I remember one of the original great sports nutrition books by Dr. Robert Haas called Eat to Win.
I was all into that as well.
Yeah. Of course, that was back in the day when a lot of emphasis was placed on carbohydrates. Now it's not so much. They believe it should have a more protein-filled diet.
Yeah, that was why I was a big fan of that. Look, pasta 3 times a day, couldn't beat it. So we're all set for the last match of the day here on Court Central. Day 2 of our live coverage here in Montreal. Should be a good one as well. It's always nice when you get to have a little look at the best player on the planet. Djokovic, of course, top seed and current world #1, though he's been winless in the last couple of Grand Slams. Up against Florian Mayer. German veteran, really. He's been around a long, long time. Very talented individual. Not having the best of seasons. So, of course, Djokovic coming into this one as the firm favourite. Of course, Djokovic looking as fit as ever. Been a lot of talk about this new diet. Does your wife Giselle agree with this kind of diet? She's big into that kind of stuff, isn't she, Robbie?
She is. He speaks about a few things in the book.
Is it a good read?
Certainly is. One of those things is the benefit of a honey that's found in New Zealand. course, quite famous as Manuka honey. The bees down there make their hives in the Manuka bush, which is supposed to be one of the toughest living trees that can survive in almost any climate around the world.
So you pass that on through the honey to the recipient,
guess,
is
yeah,
that right?
Yeah.
Nice, I need some of that.
Yeah, it's supposed to have exceptional antibacterial properties as Manuka honey. Speaks about the fact that he doesn't drink cold water. It must be room temperature or even warm, because it slows down digestion. Made a conscious effort to stick to the warm water more often these days.
30.
That's an uncharacteristic error. And suddenly there's a glimmer of hope here for Meyer in this opening service game. As I said earlier, it's never easy for players playing their first match after a long period of time where they haven't competed. So an opportunity here perhaps for the German this evening. Quickly snuffed out.
Use.
What a well-worked point that was. It's giving Meyer the full run around. Wasn't an easy smash, that one going over the backhand side, but such an intelligent smash.
So that's a nice start, having to fend off break points along the way. On a hard court, Robbie, at this particular time of the year, what's your ranking as far as the big boys are concerned?
I still go with Novak as my top pick, but Andy Murray's tucked in there nicely behind him, not giving him a lot of room to maneuver. Despite the fact that Nadal won in the Indian Wells early on in the year, played well on a hard court there, I still don't think he's as comfortable as those two guys that I mentioned, so I'd probably put him in slot number 3.
Above the likes of Del Potro. A lot of question marks with Nadal, aren't there, over the course of the next couple of weeks?
There are. I'm sure he'll answer them just as well as he answered all the questions at the beginning of the year. I'll never count him out. Del Potro's got to prove to me, though, that he can play well on the big stages on a hard court of late. Of course, he did well last week, winning in Washington, taking anything away from. This is a different level, this tournament.
Yeah, and next week, back-to-back Masters Series 1000 is always difficult. Here's a chance for Djokovic.
I think I'd still put him ahead of Federer, the way Federer's played this season. The Potros looked a little more dangerous for me.
Yep.
So I'll probably put Federer in spot number 5.
It's a shame. It was the right time to surge forwards, and having had that opportunity initially in the opening game, he's surrendered his serve tamely. And it's Djokovic who leads 2-love. It's a really decent serve. A lot of work on it. It's a shot that's improved a lot over the last couple of years. Of course, these guys are so good when they get off to a decent start. Great front runners.
Contents 30, 50.
Just over hit the backhand, but a nice change up on the serve, throwing in the kicker there.
30.
As a first.
Nicely done. Steadying the ship after losing 2 points in a row. Wonderful length. It's so tough when you play Novak.
A nice little change up again, throwing in some serve and volley, but a wonderful return from Maya. Too hot to handle.
Anticipation from Maya. Still able to do something spectacular when he got there. That's not easy to do. Hand-eye coordination, superb. He's got himself a break point.
So nice when you can call upon that first serve when you need it most.
Avantage, Maï.
Let's see what the German can do here. That's a big serve.
Big 8.
It's good pace, just over 200k, but it's the accuracy and the disguise too.
Mr. Djokovic carrying the ball on the left his other line.
Late challenge.
The ball was out.
Sharp angle. If this has got a piece of the line, it'll only just be in. Nope.
Full stance. Avantage, Djokovic. Mr. Djokovic has 2 challenges remaining.
Can't argue with that. He has had to face break points in both of his service games, but he's managed to come through unscathed. He's got a break as well, so he now leads 3-love.
The best clubs in the world are gearing up for the next season with friendly matches. Liverpool, Celtic, live on ESPN.
The NFL on ESPN returns with preseason action. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the prowl for a playoff spot this year. The Atlanta Falcons are thinking Super Bowl. The hard-hitting action of the NFL is back. Bengals, Falcons, live Friday on ESPN2.
A new season of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Time. Les joueurs sont prêts, merci. À 0. 15-love. Out. 30-0. 30-love.
Just keeps you off balance all the time, doesn't
All the
he?
time. What a pain in the butt it must be to play against a guy like this.
He's always rushing you. You always feel like you're defending off balance all the time.
Let's facile. Count. 40-50. 40, 30. Je m'aille. Djokovic men, 3 games to 1.
Some good body language. Obviously, just gives him an opportunity to get into the match.
Takes it so early on the rise,
50.
makes that backhand so effective.
Order 0. 30, love.
Spreading the court beautifully. Cover that with
40,
good shot selection.
40 love.
Winning formula right there.
Djokovic.
Nice.
Djokovic
Quick
men,
holds.
4
Always
love.
helps. It's been a good start. 4-1.
San Francisco 49ers, one of the greatest Super Bowl teams in NFL history. Join us as we bring you highlights of their first Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 60. Witness the 49ers greats, Walsh, Dean, Lott, Clark and Montana as they make their way into Super Bowl immortality.
The 49ers have won it.
49ers Super Bowl highlights on ESPN2.
ESPN is your ticket to Major League Baseball 5 days a week. The biggest stars.
That one on its way. See you later.
The best teams. 5 days a week. Plus comprehensive coverage on Baseball Tonight. 5 days of Major League Baseball all season long on ESPN and ESPN2.
Installez-vous rapidement, s'il vous plaît. Zero goals. Love 15.
Yeah, it's good volleys. Nice targets. Didn't try and do too much with either. Just improved his position within the rally with each shot.
50.
And then in the end, you just open up the court and hit the winner, but you haven't taken a big risk. Shame. Great backhand on his penultimate shot there. Just turned defense into attack. Normally hits the drop pretty well.
30, 50.
A little rusty there, perhaps.
44. 40-50.
Still just the one break that separates these two.
Djokovic mène 4-2. 4 games. Lovely TT. Quinze partout. 50. 30. Pounds. 30. Gal. 40, 30.
Nice, aggressive all-court tennis. Looking pretty confident now. Struggled initially to fend off a few break points, but none of that there. 5-2.
The road to the U.S. Open begins in Montreal. And it's an all-star field at the Uniprix Stadium, including Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, Rafael Nadal, and Juan Martín del Potro. The Rogers Cup from Montreal continues live tonight on ESPN and ESPN3.com.
The best clubs in the world are gearing up for the next season with friendly matches. Liverpool, Celtic, live on ESPN. New season of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
So serving to stay in this opening set.
Best returns in the business. And just change it up as well. Stay back, he hits it deep. When you come in, he puts it on your shoelaces.
Sublime skills from Djokovic. Combination of those two shots, wonderfully effective. Set points. That hurts.
Gaza count. 50-40. Djokovic.
Shaky starts, where he had to fend off a few break points, but once he got the break, it was all Djokovic. 6-2.
ESPN is your home for the ATP World Tour Masters 1000. We've been to some of the great venues in the world of tennis, and we're off to more. Culminating with the ATP World Tour Finals from London. The amazing season continues. The ATP World Tour Masters 1000 on ESPN, ESPN2 and ESPN3.
San Francisco 49ers, one of the greatest Super Bowl teams in NFL history. Join us as we bring you highlights of their first Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 16. Witness the 49ers greats, Walsh, Dean, Lott, Clark and Montana as they make their way into Super Bowl immortality.
The 49ers have won it.
49ers Super Bowl highlights on ESPN2.
From the Travels, 30-14.
Well, Jason's done for the evening. So it'll be me and Sam Gore to see you through the end of play today.
Thanks, Robbie. As convincing opening set for Novak Djokovic, just further evidence of how much he enjoys playing here.
Cap was there. Got to clear the first target though, which is the net. Nice to see Novak trying to mix things up, serve and volley a little bit.
15 partout. 15 on.
Djokovic just looks so relaxed here. Like he, I wonder what it is about Canada that suits him so well, because he seems very happy when he's here.
So much control on that shot. Bit of spin. Racket head speed. Good net clearance.
Easy game for Djokovic. You and Jason talk about Djokovic's new book, his nutrition secrets. Yeah.
And returning outstandingly today so far. And you can see most of the time he's hitting over the return, which means he's being nice and aggressive with it. And always seems to be able to find such good depth on his return. Just the one slice, the backhand slice out wide on the ad court, but for the most part, he's got a nice loose grip on the racket. Making nice early contact as well with it, not too far behind the baseline. Best returner in the business at the moment for my money.
Well, this could get away from Meyer in a hurry. That's what Djokovic forces you to do, to take on an incredible amount of risk if you want to beat him. It's so easy to make unforced errors. Break points now for Djokovic. There's the break, and Djokovic, quick 2-love start.
Djokovic mène 2-0. 2 games to 0.
it's a beautiful shot.
If you could have any of the big fours game, Robbie, which one would you want?
I would have wanted Federer's. Single-handed backhand myself, so I've got a preference for that. And I love the more attacking style, doesn't defend as much as the other guys. Probably add a little bit more net play to it if could really fine-tune the game of Roger. Could have loved that. Just disorientated Novak as he had to go back and pretty much spin around.
30, 15.
Forgot to adjust the compass here. Is jaw-dropping stuff. What a point from both players.
That's how good it has to be to win a point against Djokovic.
I thought that might be a winner. He got there. Touch was brilliant. Novak still did something impressive with it. And not a lot of court to work with to hit this volley. That's it. Florian found it.
Djokovic gets a time violation warning. Another one, he'll lose a serve.
What's the problem? No, I told you at the pre-match meeting. What did you tell me? That it's 25 seconds between points. I say it every time.
What do you think, Robbie?
Umpire's just doing his job.
Yeah, I like it. I don't care who you are, you got to play in the 25 seconds.
Of course, he's winded after that rally.
Yeah.
He wants to take a little bit of additional time, but Damon has to be fair to both players. You know, Maya's done a good job there. Sorry, Maya's done a good job there of running him ragged, and you know, he wants to try and play the next point while Novak doesn't have any legs. You can understand that.
We'll see if the conversation continues on the changeover. But Djokovic is up 3-love.
The best clubs in the world are gearing up for the next season with friendly matches. Liverpool, Celtic, live on ESPN. San Francisco 49ers, one of the greatest Super Bowl teams in NFL history. Join us as we bring you highlights of their first Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 16. Witness the 49ers greats, Walsh, Dean, Lott, Clark, and Montana as they make their way into Super Bowl immortality.
The 49ers have won it.
49ers Super Bowl highlights on ESPN2.
We're here now. Let's play with great energy. It's all about us, not about anybody else. There's a touch of greatness in there. How cool would that be? Be physical, be tough, and out of fake and move.
15-0. 15.
Love the way he pivots off that right leg when he hits the double-handed backhand. He hits it right at the top of the bounce. That way he's able to hit down on the board and get nice penetration through the court.
Trente 13, 15. Fourteen, 15.
Good hold for Meyer to get on the board. So he's just been a pretty much glorified practice partner tonight. No real threat to Djokovic.
He's one of 3 Germans in the top 50. Who are the other 2 off the top of your head? Let me know on Twitter at Rob Koenig Tennis. You got 2 points. I want to know who the other 2 top 50 ranked German tennis players are.
I think people will get that pretty easy.
15. Zero. 13.
Grant Thompson 15 was quickest on the draw, just ahead of Team Pangloss, I think it is.
13, 15.
Time Masalek 3 came in 3rd. Of course, it was Kohlschreiber and Tommy Haas. In fact, I've given Grant Thompson 15 props, and he got it wrong. He went with Daniel Brands. But a fake and bake
maybe
there.
he was considering Tommy Haas an American.
Perhaps.
Now that Haas has dual citizenship.
Yeah, Dan Berger got that right, as did Subin 70.
Uh-oh. A break point for Meyer here. It's 0 for 3 tonight. Djokovic hasn't allowed him to break.
Just see a disappointment there from Meyer after he missed that backhand slice. That's where the top players are so good. Get out of trouble more often than not.
Yes, they do. 4-1 Djokovic, 2 games away from moving on to the round of 16 quickly.
It's the ultimate showdown. Sharks versus Sharks in Sin City.
The main event is euphoria. It's utopia. It's where you want to be.
Poker takes the spotlight globally.
This is the big bad boy.
What happens here stays here.
When it doesn't work, it just doesn't work.
That's not a good one. I don't want that one.
How can you do that? It's just a long tournament.
From Las Vegas. One series of poker, yeah! The 2013 World Series of Poker main event. Sunday on ESPN.
The NFL on ESPN returns with preseason action. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the prowl for a playoff spot this year. The Atlanta Falcons are thinking Super Bowl. The hard-hitting action of the NFL is back. Bengals, Falcons, live Friday on ESPN2.
Last game to make this more of a match. He couldn't come through.
Cancel. 50.
Such wonderful balance on the open stance.
Missed it.
Hard gas. 30, 15. Hard button. 30. Hard the count. 13, 14.
Djokovic continues to steam forward.
Djokovic mène 5-2.
5-1. Djokovic now will serve for the match.
Love 15.
Good defense from Meyer. Djokovic camp. Djokovic has only won one title since Dubai. That was Monte Carlo. He's ranked #1 in the world, but he trails Nadal in the 2013 points race. Now Djokovic taking his foot off the gas a little bit here.
Made an effort to try and come in a little bit more this evening.
15-14.
Off different shots. Ghost in there, certain volleyed a little bit, as opposed to ripping the big groundie and then coming in.
Hard to count. 13-14.
Meyer down to his last chance.
That one snuffed out. Great first serve doing the damage. 202 kilometers an hour, but it was the accuracy that was more important.
Djokovic. Well, that was easy.
Dans quelques minutes, mesdames et messieurs, nous allons procéder à notre clin d'œil quotidien.
Djokovic wins it 6-2, 6-1.
Oh, what we got here?
Is he gonna do some dancing? Is he pointing at you, Robbie?
Oh, shake and bake you. Nice. Let's get some moves.
I like that. It's just giving some fans a little extra for their money tonight since they got a little shortchanged on the tennis. Well, that was about as good a start as he could have ever hoped for. I mean, it was never in doubt.
Oh, he's come prepared, has Novak. I thought he was going to dig out his own Sharpie, but that one is the industrial size. Not sure if I'm a fan of that Sharpie. I'll have to ask the boys to bring out the new one. So, comfortable workout for Novak this evening at 5 minutes short of the hour mark, and played pretty well. A few too many unforced errors by his lofty standards, but he won't mind. Hasn't played tennis for a month. And nice to see him come in a fair bit. Try to serve and volley a little bit more than usual. Odd backhand slice, chip and come in. Try to do a few things differently. And I think he'll be pretty happy with the way things have panned out. 2-1, good win.